What this course is really about is the language of construction. And that language is spoken by everybody that's involved in the construction process, starting with the designers, the architects, the engineers, landscape architects, interior designers, and so on. And that language involves the use of symbols. It's the organization of all the documents themselves. How do they fall in the order that they fall in? And that's going to help you later when you're looking for different things. There are certain drawing conventions that are standard among everybody. We're going to be going through that when we get into drawings. And then there's lots of abbreviations that you'll see over time. So this is the language, and that's really what this course is about. Now, the language is determined by a lot of organizations. So you don't have to memorize all these organizations. Just know that these standards are not arbitrary. We're going to focus on a couple. We're going to go over those as we get through the different classes. Here's a list if you're ever interested. So the difference between organizational standards and visual standards is that, obviously, the organizational standards determine the order of documents. That includes the written documents as well as the drawing documents. Now, one of the primary standards in the written documents is master format. And master format determines what order not only the procurement documents go in, we're going to learn about that later, but also the specifications. So they have a very specific order that all the specifications go in. Another format for specifications and drawings is uniformat. Now, we're not going to deal with uniformat in this class. You may see that in the future classes, such as estimating or even scheduling. Now, this class is going to be focused on master format. And then finally, the drawing set organization. The drawing set organization follows a different format. And so it specifies which drawings come first, which drawings come later. The visual standards that we're going to talk about are typically associated with the drawings. The drawing layout, how the drawing appears on the page, what is included on the page, and then the drawing symbols. How are the symbols used? How do they look? And it's the symbols that help you navigate. And then finally, drawing conventions. Conventions like line weights and so on. And we'll get into that more when we get into drawings. But what's your role in all of this? The contractor role is really more of a consumer because it's the designer that's actually putting together all the standards. So you're going to get packages for construction. And they may not follow the standards. You'll just have to dig through them. Because it's the architects and engineers putting together the packages, and they don't always necessarily follow the standards. So don't be surprised if you do get a contract or project package that didn't follow standards. And we're going to see some examples of that as we go on. Now, this diagram you're going to see quite often. This diagram is a great way to look at all the documents that you would encounter on a construction project. And that's where we're really going to focus. The first module in this course is on this diagram.